Okay, hey guys, so this is Dominion of Darkness. This is a game that was sent to me to play. Otherwise, I would have unfortunately missed it. So, obviously, we have not played this game beforehand. I don't know anything about it. So, we'll just start a new game. If you want to read the manual, start a new game right away. I'd like to read the manual to understand what's going on and also share that with you guys. Alright, first of all, I'll explain the terms, statistics. I will describe your avatar and your Dominion. Maximum condition. Physical potential of your avatar is mainly relevant when it's directly involved in combat. Current condition. Physical state of your avatar at the moment. Lower than maximum condition. Yeah. Armament. The overall quality of the armaments used by your troops. By developing, acquiring, or buying new and better weapons, you increase this factor. Size of troops. Generally the size of troops. 1 point does not mean one warrior. It can symbolize, for example, one squad of ordinary soldiers or a single powerful monster. Size of the troop is made up of numbers indicating the size of each group of your servants. Greenskins are goblins, orcs, and trolls. Aggressive, barbaric, and not very smart creatures. Living in the wastelands, they value brute force only and form the backbone of your armies. Humans, the species that is cool, the greenskins, but due to their relatively short lifespan, humans can sometimes be quite impulsive and are easily tempted by visions of power offered by dark powers. Elves are a long-lived, almost immortal race with a rich culture, magical knowledge, and a bond with nature. Although elves stand firmly on the side of the light, their main flaw is their tendency to arrogance and exalt themselves above other races. Then we have dwarves. They live in mountains, sometimes literally in the mountains. The nation of mountaineers and miners known for their stubbornness, endurance, talents as craftsmen, and lack of magical abilities beyond their unusual rune lore. Then we have your undead. Product of black magic, their bodies given the appearance of life through necromantic energies. They feel no pain or fear, but they are slow and willless, making them unsuitable for quick attacks on enemy settlements, which makes sense. We have demons. They come from another world, a dimension of absolute chaos. They are forbidden magic. They are as powerful as they are unpredictable. Wealth, valuables, gold, silver, things of that nature. Most of your activities do not require the expenditure of funds, and you are a Lord of Darkness, not the CEO of a company. Buying, trading, and bribery are all forms of conquest. Slaves, unfortunates captured by your troops, use their labor, raw materials during magical experiments, sometimes food. The magical potential is the source of your abilities and the magical items you own. Its primary function is to renew the amount of magical energy. The magical energy is consumed when casting powerful spells and performing rituals. Note, will not be able to use magic whenever you want. Powerful spells require casting them in the right locations with the support of the right position of the stars. As a result, casting a spell capable of changing the fate of the battle during the battle can require a huge amount of energy. 9 units, okay. So that's that. Tons of statistics. I don't know why that's such a weird word for me to pronounce, but it usually is. Experiment state of the three people's kingdoms. Each of them has the following values: strength, economy, influence, attention, and hostility. Strength is everything that affects a kingdom's military potential. Numbers, morale, and equipment of its troops. Class of its commanders, its fortifications, and even its economy. You got your economy, the economic potential of the kingdom, agriculture, trade, and crafts. Its values can increase the strength of the kingdom, the benefits obtained when invading it, and the tribute paid by your followers. Influence. This symbolizes your ability to work covertly in the kingdom through various sects, spies, hired criminals, etc. Such individuals may or may not know who they are serving. High influence facilitates carrying out activities related to a particular kingdom, including the recruitment of warriors originating from that country, and affects the morale of those warriors. Note, raising influence above the value of 10 is useless unless you want to accumulate a reserve in case it drops, which helps. So, that attention determines how aware the population of authorities of the kingdom are of the threat you pose. With high attention, there is a risk of them taking preventive measures. Hostility determines the tension and relations between this kingdom and its neighbors. How hostility can lead to conflicts that weaken kingdoms, prevent them from uniting against you. Alright, time for some tips for conducting military operations. You describe the typical, most common your routine actions that you will take most often. There may be all sorts of special actions during the course of the game that will work under different rules. And choose your group to carry out this action. You could choose greenskins, humans, elves, dwarves, demons, provided of course that you have sufficient numbers of these beings under your command. Alright, greenskins, barbarian inhabitants of the wasteland, like to form the core of your army. They are primitive and tend to destroy everything in their path. Humans, you can recruit corrupted humans if you have influence in areas inhabited by them. Elves, crew similar to humans. Dark elves are cruel, live with superiority over other races that tend to grab slaves during raids. Gives this magical talent that can be helpful. Dwarves, of course, similar to humans, enjoy constructing machines with destruction and fortifications. Undead, as a rule, undead are not used in raids. They are too slow. We keep them for larger battles. They are also too mindless to use as garrisons that conquer land, so we don't recruit them in the normal way, but by using dark magic. Demons, beings from another world. We can't recruit them normally, but summon them through magic when the stars are right. They're powerful, but tend to turn against the summoner. They chaotic nature makes them unsuitable as occupant garrisons, which makes sense. It is possible that during the course of the game you will acquire some special troops that do not belong to any of the above types, hence the value of troops may be higher than the sum of the number of soldiers belonging to above types. The chance of a successful action depends primarily on the chosen type of action and the military strength of the kingdom under attack. An unsuccessful action may reduce the number of troops you sent, when a successful action may increase attention and or decrease influence in the kingdom. Your popularity decreases when followers of a particular race know that their fellows are being robbed and murdered. Which makes sense. Type of troops used matter. First of all, when you are a warrior from one free people against another, chances are that those attached with a troop responsibility for the attack to the kingdom from which the attackers came. For example, by attacking the Elven kingdom using your humans, you have a chance to increase hostility between humans and elves. Makes sense. Attacks by greenskins and demons do not increase hostility between people and cause a greater risk of increased attention. Attacks by creatures clearly belonging to the force of darkness make the free people begin to see the real threat more clearly. Keep in mind that in addition to these minor invasions, you may also face major battles in which the total size of your troops of all kinds can be crucial. So, hope y'all got all that. Manual intentionally does not cover all possible actions and events you may encounter during the game. Sometimes the consequences of your actions may surprise you, although I have tried to make sure that they are always in some way their logical consequence. And that is the manual. Of course, if you want to skip that and play the game yourself, you can, but that's the manual for anyone that's curious about this game and want to know, what's going on. Time to choose the sex of your character. Of course, the eternal incarnations of evil may not have a sex in a proper biological sense, but your followers must address you in some way. Alright, is your Queen of Darkness a bloodthirsty warmonger, perpetrator of slaughter and massacres, a destroyer of cities who spreads bloodlust and power worship? Or is she a deceitful temptress, a ruler of lies and dark magic, who drives mortals mad with her wills and spreads of forbidden knowledge? Or a despotic tyrant who believes that only under her absolute rule will the world achieve the desired order? Or perhaps a destroyer of life, whose goal is the quickest possible end to all existence? The choice of the character class affects statistics, but not only that, many plot events will be available onto certain characters, or their effects will depend on the character's class. So I probably might not put this game to full fruition, but I will give y'all a clear idea as to what this game is, what it contains, and if it intrigues you. Well, I don't want to be bloodthirsty because I feel like that's going to draw a lot of attention. Deceitful temperance seems enticing. Don't want to be destroyer of life because that just seems like insane. Let's be a tyrant, like despotic tyrant. All right. So yeah, I might not play this game to full fruition, honestly. The way it's looking, I might just give y'all as much information as possible and just kind of play this on my own free time, because this seems like something that I would do in my own free time, honestly. But I'll give you a little bit of my, what I would do. Alright, so once you were the Dark Empress, the ruler of all, Lady of Hosts, the undisputed sovereign of the known world. With iron hand, you subjected all peoples. It enforced obedience, discipline, and order. The empire worked like a machine. Some revered you as a lawgiver and guarantor of peace. Others hated you for their restricting their freedom, but none that challenged your power. And yet, a group of humans, elves, and dwarves gathered and rebelled against your rule. At first, you ignored them, confident that your servants would put them down in this pitiful rebellion. But that did not happen. Rebels broke up several minor forces sent against them, and as they began gaining fame, new volunteers joined them. Soon they formed an army that began to win more and more victories. And so it came to pass that the rebels took your fortress by storm and struck you down in battle. They hid your body deep in the castle vaults and put spells on it. But she is not dead, who can rest for centuries. Hundreds of years have passed. Spells have lost their power. One day, someone moved the crypt of your sarcophagus away. You began to see. Through a fog at first, and more clearly. A thin man with a short beard leaning over you. O Lady of the Dark, we have risen. This is a great day. The day of your return. I am Mahiro, a humble follower of the darkness. I have managed to find your burial place and awaken you. I've also managed to gather new servants for you. And for now, watch how it works in a dozen human cultists. This is the beginning of your rebuilding of your army. Leave the tomb and direct your steps towards the former throne room. Humans and orcs are waiting for you there. They all bow down to you. You sit on your throne. You live, you move, but it's not enough. You still have not regained all your strength and power. It will take a long time for them to return. But when the time is right, free peoples will feel your will. By then you will have gathered a great army, infiltrated the ranks of the servants of the light, turned one people against another. Much work awaits you. Alright, it's time to take the first actions. Increase my influence among the orcs, increase my influence in the kingdom of the humans, increase my influence in the kingdom of elves, increase my influence in the kingdom of dwarves, or I recruit warriors from among the greenskins. So, this is where I'm at currently. Conditions, actual conditions, all of that good stuff, slaves and whatnot. Quality of ornaments, then greenskins 3, humans 1. The orcs are the greenskins. Here's my influence among them, it's 4. Strength humans 20, economy humans 20. And here is high hostility levels and economy and influence. So I do not have any influence with the dwarves, and I believe I think it was the elves that had like the magical stuff. And we don't have any elves. So here's the influence with the elves. Pinnacle or spy network among elves will not be easy, but for you, nothing is possible. Save the game and continue. Rumors spread around the world that the chancellor of the kingdom of the humans, called the dwarves, greedy, drunken dwarves with smelly remnants, are rotting food in the beer during a conversation. Okay. Sit down with a world map to plan your next move. I also want to increase my influence in the kingdom of the dwarves. Missionaries are reaching the mountain dwarven settlements. They are sometimes throwing conversational, but not too much remarks, and observing the reactions of the locals helps them decide which dwarves are potential followers. Here brings you good news. Your Excellency. It appears that you still have followers in the kingdom of the humans. The One-Horn family was the one of the mainstays of the empire during your previous reign. After a temporary and dishonest victory of the forces of light, One-Horns were deprived most of their lands and riches. They survived and retained some of their significance, and secretly continued to cultivate the memory of their former glory and await your return. Now the citizens of your servants have sworn allegiance to you, and you're ready to spy for you. Awesome. If you don't remember map and plan your next move, now we have influence in the Elves Kingdoms, influence in the Dwarves, and hostility in Dwarves is 1. So I guess the Dwarves. Oh yeah, because the Dwarves. Okay. Alright. I guess we should for some see how humans. Probably we should reach with the orcs too, so we can just share a bit more. If you're near my work village, greenskins need supervision. Instead of you, orcs and goblins bow. Everything as it should be. At one point, one of the builder savages stands up and comes to you and says, "What's biggest boss lady? Scouts have found traces of the behemoth. Maybe your territory wants to hunt." Fight with such a beast is an opportunity to gain in the eyes of your green-skinned subjects, but remember, although orc fears magic, they do not respect it. They respect only brute physical force. Decide to track down the behemoth, you have to defeat it in a fair fight. Let's go. Throughout the hunt, you're accompanied by several goblins, scouts, and orc warriors. You don't need help in tracking the monster. Near a large beast leaves visible tracks, but in the audience it's useful. Finally, catch up with the behemoth. Mighty body, paw sticks, has 3 branches, fangs, and claws like swords. With a roar from which the ground shakes, the quadruped moves to attack. Swallows one orc whole and rips the other in pieces in the blink of an eye. Taking advantage of the distraction, you leap onto the monster's head, plunge your blade into its skull, up to the hilt. Behemoth roars, its time in pain, and litters all to the side, throwing you against a nearby rock. Break a few bones, but the pain is unimportant. The important thing is that the beast finally dies. Then the greenskins cheer in your honor, show out the monster's head, and your servant carries it in triumph position to the village. Then it will go as trophy to your throne. Alright, so now we're down to 5. Alright, we have 3 greenskins, 1 human. Then we have more influence now with them, even though we lost, I think, 2. I think we lost like 1 or 2. He rushes into your throne room. Your Excellency, he says, there was a man banging on the fortress door. He beat the orcs guard in the fortress to a pulp. He says he wants to serve you. One of the knights stands before you. The armor there is the emblem of the skull and played by on the spear. Newcomer kneels and, holding onto the hilt of a sword towards you, declares, I greet you, Dark Power. I am Ragnar. Without boasting, I am a master swordsman, known throughout the kingdom of men, which has served the most powerful lord in the world, one who will lead me to victory, power, and gold, unhindered by nonsense rules of honor. As soon as rumors of your return reached me, I knew I had to check them out. I could find no better sovereign. My sword is at your service. Alright. I just want to do one quick battle for y'all. I think that's a good point because we're already at 20 minutes, which it doesn't feel like it's that's insane. But yeah, I want to give y'all a little good taste of the game, see if I want to play it for yourselves. But this is Dominion of Darkness. Everything for this game, of course, I will put in the description below if y'all want to play this yourselves. I like it. I think it has a lot of context to it. It definitely started off good, like with the story, the actual plot, what the game is about, in terms of just, you know, what happened and why we are in the position we are, in terms of us losing our throne in the kingdom. But I like it. It has a lot of potential. If you like sort of this type of gaming style, then I would definitely look into this and play yourselves. But I'm going to end it here so I don't ramble. So of course, this is Dominion of Darkness. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. If y'all did, don't hesitate to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And with that being said, end it here. So hopefully y'all had a good day, a good yesterday, and better tomorrow. And I'll catch y'all in the next video.